Okay. How's everyone tonight? Hello, hello. All right. We got a few regulars, few friends today. Awesome. Inseparable Games. Do you go by another name? Mr. or Mrs. Inseparable Games? Ah. Well, welcome aboard. Now, where did we leave off last time? We had just gotten Yonobo back. Ah. Sweet. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for joining up and coming aboard and checking things out. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, we had just gotten Yonobo back. Our last play. And had to cut it off early because there was a thunderstorm and it was kind of messing things up a little bit. But we are on our way to the top of Death Mountain. So, let's get her done. The best way up there. We could walk. Could walk. Or we could take the track back here and take this one. Probably the best choice. Oh, interesting. I would have thought it would pick up the cart nearby, but apparently it does not.
I can do it!
Just streaming. Streaming a new game. I've played this game through a few times now.
Here I go!
I have not given Elden Ring a playthrough yet, but I've heard it was pretty awesome. So congrats. Oh, pretty good, Miss Soph. How are you doing? Weird how similar they are. Oh. Well, that's good to know, because I really like Tears of the Kingdom. So if it's anything like this, I'm sure I would love it. I find it kind of hilarious that the Gorons, based on this guy's commentary, have tried nibbling on some of the Zonai devices. Well, we have some flame breaker. Some materials. The taste test works. I guess so. See if something's edible or not. Yeah. Yeah, so all of the Zonai devices, the constructs, you name it, is made out of Zonite. Just based on the appearance of it and how it all works. And Zonite, of course, is a mineral ore. So yeah, it's made out of mineral, of material that's similar to stone. But even the Gorons themselves don't eat just regular rocks, do they? So, looking at the rock roast, I mean, this is a marbled rock roast. But even the regular rock roasts that you can find later look like layered rock with a bone through it. Now, I don't know about you, but finding bone in a rock doesn't happen very often. However, if it's a fossil, that makes more sense. And then suddenly, Dodongo's cavern in Ocarina of Time makes a ton of sense. Why? Because it was a giant cave full of fossils of Dodongo bones. I think the rock that they're eating, the sirloin rock, is fossilized organic material. Bones, fossilized skin. It's not just pure rock. And we know that they don't eat gemstones like rubies and sapphires and diamonds. They don't like the taste of it. They don't seem to eat just regular rocks either. So it seems that they have a specific taste for fossilized minerals, which is kind of cool.
Goro! Let's go! I can do it!
Yeah, the marbled roast is a very curious material. It kind of resembles an agate of some kind, which is not a fossil, although agate does tend to fill in or permineralize into fossils. It's quite common in that regard, as well as chert and flint. And flint is another one that we know these Gorons tend to eat, because there's that fellow that looks a bit like Colonel Sanders that later will buy flint from Link to eat it.
When the glow of the
Ooh, we
blood-stained
got a
moon,
blood moon.
shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. The world is threatened once again.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see if this works. Yep. Yeah, there aren't any Dodongos. It's very curious.
Oh. Hmm?
It's kind of sad seeing so many of the Gorons, like, hooked on this stuff.
Goro! Sure! Here I go! Let's go! Goro!
Yeah, Dondons do share a naming convention with the Dodongo. It's more apparent even in the Japanese, where their name is just Dongo. Oh. Have you not met the Dondons yet?
Here I go! Let's go!
So Don-Dons are the rumored beasts that you hear about at several of the stables. You meet them in the Farron Woods region.
I can do it! Charge! Here I go!
Yes. they poop out minerals, different ores.
I can do it!
So it takes a bit of time. You have to feed them, and then you have to wait. There's a bit of a wait between when they've been fed and when they will excrete. And then it's luck of the draw depending on what you're going to get. So they might give you a more common mineral like a flint or an amber. They'll give you a more less common mineral like topaz or ruby, and on occasion they'll give you a very rare one like a diamond or a zonite. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just have to wait. You go do something else, leave the area, and then come back a little later. And usually there's something left behind. It almost worked. I'll just take it off. Figured maybe being a little bit lazy might work, but nope. They encourage you to have fun with this stuff, right? Like, you're supposed to sort of try different ways to do things. I just wish the wings lasted longer. Like, out of all of the Zonai devices. Ooh. Thank you, babe. Feels good. My girlfriend just subscribed. An infinite wing variant. Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah. That's a good point, Inseparable. The Zonite armor, that would have been a good thing, like a good choice to put it with, right? Not only does it give you better, battery life, it should have added to the life of the devices. I absolutely agree. That would have been a good set bonus. Yes, it's a very good feeling. Reminders for Hylian workers. The red substance that spouts from cracks in the ground is called gloom, yeah. Avoid it at all costs. Drains your vitality. If you touch it, get away from it immediately and rest. Good to know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just pouring out of Death Mountain. Mm-hmm. Absolutely right.
I think it was near
Yeah, there's
here.
like little cracks
When
in
I
the
came
ground
up the
that are just
mountain,
like
I saw
full
her. The
of
princess
this
was
gloom.
standing right here, Goro. And then she gave me this fancy mask to wear around. After that, oh, jeez. It's no use. I can't remember anything that happened after that.
Aw, poor Yunobo.
Dude! Ah! Huh? There she is! Princess! Princess Zelda! We need to talk to you! It's dangerous!
Yeah. That is so is this guy.
Huh? Oh. Oh boy, it's real big!
convenient this is here.
Here I go! If we can't hit it higher up, we're gonna be in trouble. Incoming! It's attacking! Be careful! Sure! Got it, bro! Let's go!
Hopefully you can just keep this one. This one wing.
Whew. Huh? Yeah!
I love how much braver Yonobo is now. He's really come a long way. It's one of the longest chasms in the game, too. Like, holy. Also, I don't know if Nil Dragon is here with us today. I don't see him in the chat. But he and I had a discussion a little while back. And he wasn't sure whether or not there were Goron statues in the depths. And I was waiting to get here so that I could show him. But here's the Goron statues. Big beefy boys. Clearly, clearly that's a Negeron, yeah. Could be. No, it's Goron. Absolutely. 110% it's a Goron. But unlike the others, which you can at least find somewhere in the rest of the depths, you know, leading from a chasm to a mine, which comes in handy when you're doing some of the quests with Master Koga. These ones lead from the crater to the fire temple. That's it. They don't go to any of the mines. They're not part of any of the other quests. So I guess if you're not really looking, or, you know, like you just don't notice because it's pretty easy to follow the road here, I guess it's hard to miss. Or, not hard to miss. It's easy to miss. But yeah. Goron statues in the depths. So the Rito exists in Wind Waker, which is on the Adult Link timeline. But it's easy to get that one confused because it's a Toon Link game. And when you think of Toon or cartoon, it's easy to think, oh, child or childlike, but the names come from which part of Ocarina of Time the timeline split has emerged from. The child timeline follows Child Link when he comes back from the future. The adult Link timeline follows the time after Ganondorf has been sealed away by the Hero of Time as an adult. And that is the world in which the Wind Waker eventually takes place hundreds of years down the line. No worries.
Huh?
It's the only canonical time that we have seen them present in a game other than the Wild series, so with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They do, however, show up in some artwork in Twilight Princess HD in Castletown. Now there's a story behind that. The artist who put it together for the remake, for the remaster, he had a particular sort of, I guess, story or theme in mind, and he was kind of given free reign to make the art because the original artwork that it was replacing was super grainy and very generic. So depending on how you view it, I mean, it's possible that the Rito exists in other timelines. Even the Rito in these games are fully avian and not humanoids who have to rely on getting a magical dragon scale to transform into birds. So it's all up to interpretation.
I can do it! Here I go! Charge!
Oh, we got some frogs. And yes, I believe. I agree. I believe I agree. Yeah, a lot of the fun and a lot of the sort of realism, the sense of this world having life in it comes from a lot of the artwork, from the architecture, from the designs of the different areas and ruins and buildings, designs of the characters. Absolutely 110%. Like,
Goro!
well, the Rito could have existed
I
elsewhere.
can do it!
We know that they exist in places outside of Hyrule, thanks to the Oracle games. There are also things like Zora scales and Ruto crowns, which are treasures you can find in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. So, really, the only Zora we know for sure that became Rito were the ones that lived in and around the vicinity of what used to be Hyrule. There's also the Sea Zora versus River Zora. There's at least 2 different kinds of Zora in the world of the Legend of Zelda series. So it's quite possible that one kind became the Rito in that localized area, and the rest kept surviving elsewhere. Well, take care. Thanks for stopping in. Man, it's dark down here. Play some gacha.
Here I go! Charge!
Yeah. Well, it's honestly kind of the same with the Sky Islands. Like, there's a lot of Sky Islands, and there's a lot of cool things you can find up there. But other than the, like, Sky Mine, the Zonite Forge, the Great Sky Island, and, like, Lightcast Isle, they're all kind of samey. Similar with the depths. I mean, there's certain things down here that are, like, really cool or very unique, and then the rest of it is kind of just samey. So yeah, I wish they had put in a little bit more, but I do like what we got. I really like what we got. I just wish there was a little bit more. A little bit more variety, a few more unique areas in the sky and in the depths.
I can do it! Here I go!
Can't see. Oh, good job, Yunobo. Alright. We'll see you later, Gash.
Goro!
Oh. You had to leave. Sorry, I misread. Welcome back.
Here I go! Goro! Sure! I can do it! Goro! Sure! I can do it! Goro! Let's go! I can do it! Here I go! I can do it! Let's go!
That is not where I wanted him to go.
Goro! Here I go!
Let's get some light going.
Goro! Let's go!
Hey. Check out some of these ruins over here before we go to the Fire Temple.
Here I go! I can do it!
Oh. Alright. Hi, Yonobo. Just goes flying.
Goro! Here I go! Goro!
The best. Yes, yes. Absolutely. I've never really noticed this until now. But the cooldown time for the sages versus their avatars is wild. Like, it's almost twice as fast.
I can do it! Here I go! Charge! I can do it! Let's move!
So, the masks you can find, the Divine Beast helms, they do seem to make some sort of difference. At least, and they tell you that they're supposed to make, like, the bond between the two of you stronger. I haven't noticed anything in terms of, like, cooldown time changing. Their attack power might go up a little bit, but their attack power also goes up when you get the Solemn Vow versus the regular Vow. But as far as the cooldown time, I haven't noticed any difference.
Here I go!
Just for the damage? Dang. That's another missed opportunity. Got. Okay. So it does stack with the vow. So the helm is a 50% damage increase. And the vow is whatever it is, whether it's 25 or another 50. So potentially 75 to 100% damage increase, which is pretty significant. But yeah, unfortunately. Like I said, I didn't notice anything for the cooldown, so good to know.
Here I go!
I'm gonna light on fire, but I got another light root. I try to get as many as I could find. I need to light up the area, you know? Like, it's just... It not only stacks and makes everything brighter, I just like, getting everything I can find. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Hello, hello. How's it going, Max?
Here I go!
Two in the morning. Aye. That's gross. But I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks for joining.
Goro!
You're gonna fall. Yeah, I mean, if it's 2 a.m. there, I'm sure you're gonna pass out. Sleep to be important. Yes, sleep is important. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Here I go! Don't give up!
Ooh, that lava's hot. Well, that's a good question, Max. Are there any callbacks to other Goron cities in this Gorondia? Yes. It is directly below Darunia Lake, which is something my friend Oaf pointed out to me as well. But as far as its deal, we don't know. All we know is that this is where the Gorons originally called their home. At some point, they lived down here, and then they came up to the surface, and then they settled here. And that's pretty much it. That's all we're told. But yes, the one cool callback is that it is directly below Darunia Lake. And of course, we know Darunia was the ancient chief of the Gorons, the big boss of the Gorons during the events of Ocarina of Time. He's also the namesake for Varudania, Rudania just being an anagram of the name Darunia. So that's pretty cool. But as for his connection to Gorondia, we don't know. It'd be nice to know if we knew the name of the ancient Goron Sage of Fire, if his name was Darunia, perchance. But that's never stated outright. so we're just left to speculate.
Huh?
Cat.
Ooh.
Twilight Princess. I mean, in Twilight Princess, they're shown to be, like, very industrious. Similar to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. But, yeah. It's kind of unique, the appearance of the stuff down here. Although it also has Zonai influence. So it may be that they worked together with the Zonai to develop this city.
Ah. Huh? I can do it! Let's... Huh? Oh. Huh? It's Zelda, Goro! Huh? Huh?
Journey to the center of the earth. Yeah, the Zonai did come from the skies, but we don't know if that is their true origin. We know that they had a civilization in the sky. Obviously, there's lots of sky islands. There's stories about them living in the sky, such as the Stormwind Arc. And of course, it's what we're told. So they absolutely lived up there. But we see a lot of their influence down in the depths as well. So it's highly likely that they lived on the surface, moved into the depths, discovered Zonite, mined and processed a ton of it, built up their technology, and then used that technology to lift their cities and their homes into the sky, and then began living there. Eventually, something happens, and they return to the surface, or at least some of them do. Rauru and Minoru being two of those, who also seem to be the last of their kind. It's very much implied based on Ganondorf's information from a show of fealty. We also just don't see any other signs of them basically after the imprisoning war. They just seem to vanish.
Young little rock.
But it's
The
possible
gate
that
you
some
must
of them
pass
might have
through
survived
is
somewhere.
firmly locked with 5 padlocks. You have the power.
Especially
to unlock
the
them.
appearance of the
Do
ancient
so.
hero.
Then the gate should open.
Very strange. Very strange, that one.
Heed my words.
Huh? Hmm.
All right. So, here's the drill. We gotta find 5 keys. 5 places. And we can get to the fun. Yes, the drill. So, make my way over to the nearest ones. I do wonder if they existed in the time of SS. In Skyward Sword, for the longest time, most of us, myself included, believed that it was the Sheikah who developed the mines and the machinery around the Lanayru Desert. But looking back now, it seems the Sheikah, at least, and of course, a lot of that came from the fact that the Sheikah were this technologically advanced civilization in Breath of the Wild. And we see this eye symbol on the time shift stones in Skyward Sword. So it's easy to, 1 + 1 = 2. However, now that we know more about the Zonai have not only been around longer, at least the implication is that they've been there since basically the dawn of time, but they fit the bill a lot more closely, especially with how mineral-oriented they are. The fact that they've basically been strip mining the depths and developing all of their their technology and their energy sources in a similar manner. And yeah, as Yash and Max are pointing out, the symbolism between the Zonai and the Sheikah is really similar. The Zonai have a literal third eye, and they tattoo a tear on their forehead. That is the symbol of the Sheikah. It is also the symbol that we see associated with the time shift stones. So it's entirely possible that they were the ones who developed the technology in those days. Then they either went into the depths or they went super high into the sky, basically did their own thing. After the Hylians came back down and started developing their own culture, and the other surface dwellers, were doing their thing, the Zonai return and found the Kingdom of Hyrule.
Here I go! Sure! I can do it! Here I go!
Fire does look really good in this game. They've done a good job with it. Yes, you're right. They all, at least the ones we have seen, all have that white hair. Even if you count the 3 dragons who served the springs, because they have distinctly Zonai traits, they also have white hair with those colored undertones, just like Minoru and Rauru do. They have a long, sort of goat-like snout. They have those enormously long, floppy, goat-like or rabbit-like ears. And just the color of their skin, the color of the scales, it absolutely matches with what we see with Rauru and Minoru. So yeah, I'm in the group that those 3 dragons are draconified Zonai. It just makes the most sense. But that's me. And that's from what I see. It's just the most logical conclusion. Colored undertones are of their power. Yes, it is of their power. But that also holds true with Rauru and Minoru. Minoru's spirit power, her stone, is purple. What are the hair highlights? Purple. Rauru uses the power of light. What are his hair highlights? Light yellow. It makes sense. I need one more.
Here I go! Charge!
There we go.
I can do it! That must be the first padlock, Link. Oh, there are 4 more for us to find. That's a lot.
looking at the color. Magma mitts are used by the Lanayru robots. They definitely use something similar. Those big long claws that they use are pretty unique. But we do see something similar with the constructs. The constructs have really long claws as well.
Charge! I can do it!
Why'd you do it? I know. I can hear that too when he says, I can do it.
Here I go! You okay, Goro?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Yashinov. Is this the unique characters we find here in the Fire Temple? Or is it just in this one spot? I know you were looking into this before. I see that they're on this side. And then there's the same ones on the other side here. And I'm wondering, because if it is, do you know how they say fire for the Fire Temple in Japanese? Honoo. A ho, one syllable, H-O. No, one syllable, N-O. And then another O. 3 syllables, and there's 3 symbols here. So we should try plugging that in. See if this is an H-O, if this is an N-O, and if this one is an O. Because if it is, we might have figured it out. Because I was noticing too, in my other playthrough, going through the Temple of Time, there is an altar, the altar where we find Zelda's recall ghost, or whatever we want to call it, that projection. The bottom of the altar, right below, has 2 symbols. And time, in Japanese, is 2 syllables. Toki. So, it's possible that if those 2 symbols were to and ki, meaning time, these 3 could be the syllables for onoo, flame or fire. And yeah, that's a good point. The Sheikah on the tapestry was definitely a mix. It had mostly English, or sorry, mostly Japanese and a little bit of English, but it uses the Roman alphabet. This one could very well be a Japanese alphabet that can be used to spell things English, possibly. It would just be a little bit of broken English if they're trying to spell something in English, but could still be English.
Goro! I can do it! Goro! Let's go!
Well, take care. Thanks for stopping in, Inseparable. Hopefully we'll see you on the next go. We usually do this every Friday around 7. If anything ever changes, usually if I do a second one, it's usually on a Wednesday. But I usually post about it if I do. So, take care.
Here I go!
Alright, it's 2 down.
3 to go! Let's hurry, Goro! I can do it! Goro! Here I go!
What?
I can do it!
It fid collapse, the spring of power. Oh, it did. It did collapse. In comparison to what? Like, the spring of power. So you figure it was the Earth Spring? Is that what you figure? Ooh. All right. Well, take lots of pictures, lots of screenshots, and share them in the Discord. I am going to take a quick little break. Gotta get something to drink, and I gotta feed the cats. They've been begging for food. So I will be back. Hello. All right. It's coming back from a quick little break. And my good pal OG Oaf Gaming is in the chat. How's it going, Oaf? What up? What up, indeed? We are in the Fire Temple. We've been having some good conversations. Been doing a tad bit before getting free. Okay, all right. It's all good. Life, you know. Life is life, man. But happy that you're here now. So, thanks for joining in. Got a little bit of little Timmy hose. For those that don't know, Tim Hortons. It's a Canadian coffee brand, coffee shop. And, yeah, there's one not far from here. Oh. I've heard Dunkin' Donuts is pretty good. I've tried some of their products, but there isn't a Dunkin' Donuts, like, anywhere near here. So I've never actually tried their coffee. All right. Alright. Alright. We can do that. Feeling bubbly, eh? You feeling fine? You feeling good? It's good. Very good. There we go. All right. What is the best way to go? Should go this way first. This one's easier to get. This one, my last one. Or second last, I guess. That one over there I still need to get. He thinks I need a rocket. Alright, give this a try. Trial number 1. Maybe.
Here I go!
Pretty cool, Varudania, or I guess since this is pre-Varudania. Nice fire lizard. One on either side. Which is pretty cool. Yeah. Founding of the Kingdom of Hyrule, after all. Oh! How the heck did he jump up? That's just fun.
Just 2 left, Link. Let's keep it up.
Ooh. I like that headcanon. I really like that headcanon. Maybe the Megaton Hammer was really just like the OG Boulder Breaker. And he just smashed the dragon on the head with it. Their name was leaked. I know they mentioned something about being the ancestor. Did they say the ancestor of Daruk or ancestor of Yunobo? I'm pretty sure they said the ancestor of Daruk, but yeah. Did they ever actually say that the name was Rudania? Because, I mean, if the names of the sages are just the names of the divine beasts, that's kind of ironic. We'd have Ruta, the Zora Sage of Water, Rudania, the Goron Sage of Fire. We'd have Naboris, the Gerudo Sage of Lightning, and Meadow, the Rito Sage of Wind. That'd be very, very interesting. Hmm. But where does it say that? Because I do know what Gashanov is talking about. I did see an early interview with the Italian voice actor. Ah, but Yash, we learned something about the Gorons. Apparently, Gorons are born from the ground. They're born of the earth. So families tend to be born from the same spot, the same rock, so to speak. And we learn that from the two older Gorons, the two older gentlemen in front of the inn. So it's possible that Yunobo was just born from this, like, being that he is a descendant, he was born from the same spot, the same rock as Daruk. And Bluto just happens to know that. Either he's related, or he just, maybe he knew Daruk when he was a kid, and then he knows that that Yunobo was his descendant because he knows where he was born, or knew where he was born. I don't know. Would have to be, absolutely. It should still be around, wherever it is. The original Makila. Ah, you mean the real name of Riju? I don't think this is.
Here I go!
You.
Goro! Here I go! Charge!
Getting stuck on that. How do I get that one? Probably from the other side. Well, her name is Makila Riju. Makila is her first name. Link. I know, when I heard that, I was like, there's no frickin' way. Like... Now, I'll bring this up just because, but in Japanese, in the Japanese version of the game, Riju isn't as unique as it sounds. The term that they use is just how you would say rouge. Like the French color or the makeup. So her diary mentions that her name is Makila Riju or Makila Rouge. Rouge seems to be more of a nickname. Her real name is Makila or Michaela. I think it's just people who are close to her, or that know her really well, that call her by this nickname. And so that's what we associate and we're all more familiar with. But her actual name is Makila. I'm trying to think of the best way across, since I kind of screwed the pooch and let those two with the hooks fall into the lava. Yeah, it's way too late for recall. But I wonder, what about rockets? Hey, Javier. Oh, and that didn't respawn those other two either. Dang it. Okay. We appreciate you coming by.
Here I go! I can do it! Sure! Here I go! Goro! Let's go!
There we go. Now we can get across over there.
Here I go!
Alright. This one. That just brings us there. Ooh. There we go.
Goro!
We going up? You know what? I don't need a board guster. I want a zone it. Do I hear what you meant about the music? A little bit? It definitely sounds a lot like Twilight Princess, the Goron Mines. Ocarina of Time Fire Temple, I can sort of hear a little bit of the... less of the instruments, but more of the ambiance, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a very similar sound.
I can do it!
Oh. What are you talking about? Ooh, that's not. That's not what I want. That is also not what I want. There we go. Still not falling. Yeah, it was too short. Now it's too long.
I can do it!
Perfect. One more to go.
Only one left! Almost done, Goro!
Now this part, yes, the music shifts. Now it's got a bit of Daruk's theme.
Goro! Charge!
Need to make it longer. That should be long enough. Too long? Not sure. Oh. It just doesn't go up at a nice angle, eh? No! Jesus. Okay.
Here I go! Let's roll!
Welcome, Dan. Dan the man in the house. I am honored. There's Yonobo.
Goro!
Boom. Number 5.
That's all it was, Mike! The door should open now! Let's go see, Goro!
Get over here. Get over. Wanted to get his boulder breaker. There we go. Alright. I'll check it out when I can. Lorula the mic ruler. Welcome, Zoe. Alright. We're going in. Also. Oh. I want to ask, how is the sound? How is it? Because I'm not as close to the mic as I normally am. And I ended up making a couple of changes to, like, my gain. So, I hope it's good. Maybe boosts the game slider. Ooh. Is the game a little too low? Okay, let me see. Let me see here. How's that? Maybe you want a little bit more. How's that? Put it up by a few points. Okay. Clear and crisp. Awesome. That's what we want. Sorry about that. Feels like something's at the back of my throat. I might have swallowed an ice chip from my Timmies. All good. I'm alive. Alright. Let's go in here and face off with this marbled rock bugger.
Here I go! Charge!
Oh. Zoe. Yash and I were talking earlier about some things I'd noticed in the temple.
That's
Potentially
really
helpful
big.
for translating the Zonai text. Have to share.
Oh no! Is Zelda inside the monster?
Marble Doma. No.
Link! We've got to
It
save her,
is made out
Goro!
of marbled rock. Or on some kind of field day.
I can do it! Those legs are hurt if they hit me! Be careful, Goro! Look out! Watch out, Goro! Here I go! That rock exploded! Alright, now's our chance, Goro! I can do it! Let's go! Got it! Look out! It's gonna explode! Get back! Here I go! Watch out, Goro! Now's your chance!
Ooh. That hurt. That hurt. Okay. Alright. I make some meals. Deal with some of this gloom damage. Maybe make something that gives me a few more hearts, you know. Okay. Gerudo King. Hello and welcome. Do I have anything that oh yeah, no worries.
Look out!
Oh, I missed.
That rock exploded! I can do it!
Missed again. Come on, Noble.
Maybe there's a way to expose its weak point, Link. Watch out, Goro! It's gonna explode! Get back! Goro! We did it! Here it comes! I can do it! Sure! Now's our chance, Goro! Here I go! Watch out, Goro! I can do it! Let's go! Now's the chance!
Nice. All right, we're halfway.
Look, Bubbles! Look out! Sure! Run away! Quick! Here it comes! I can do it!
Oh, I'm
More bombs, Goro! Let me! Here I go! Let's roll! Watch out! I can do it! Now's your chance!
Could take a little bit of gloom damage. Move up and hit me. So that's noticed this with all of the bosses. There's a golden fleck in the hair, and not the hair, the air. It reminds me of when the bosses in Phantom Hourglass die and release the Sand of Hours, which we know is Force. So I'm wondering if that's what that is. The malice has been purged and transforms into pure force and dissipates into the air. That's what I'm thinking. Although, yeah, it could be related to the soul of the sage, considering we see similar golden flecks with that energy appear when they're speaking to Link and the sage descendant.
Yonobo, Little Rock.
I've heard that voice. Are you the one who's been talking to us this whole time, Goro?
Yes, I am your ancestor from a time long past.
It does, Gash.
I served the first king of Hyrule as a mighty warrior, and as a sage who, like you, could command fire. You fight using your body as a weapon. Impressive. You are my descendant, the pride of the Gorons. You defeated that monster, the source of those foul rocks. But it was the Demon King who summoned it. He sent that monster to keep you from obtaining the stone you just found. My secret stone.
Secret stone? Demon King?
Huh. So this is the first you've heard of any of this. Then listen carefully to what I have to say. Let me tell you about the imprisoning war and the duty of our people.
He said duty.
Many years ago, in the kingdom of Hyrule's earliest days, a great evil, the Demon King, sought to conquer the kingdom and kill everyone who resisted his rule. Rauru, the first king of Hyrule, rose up to oppose him, along with me and 5 other warriors. And to fight the Demon King, Rauru trusted us with secret stones. Incredible artifacts that amplified our powers. I stood beside my fellow sages as the Sage of Fire, stronger than ever with my secret stone. However, we were no match for the Demon King. Even my strongest blows weren't enough to break him. Rauru understood that we couldn't overcome the Demon King. In one last brave act, Our leader sacrificed himself to imprison that monster.
That was the imprisoning war.
And then sometime later, the Sage of Time, one of the 6 sages, came to me. Her visit would set the Goron's duty in stone.
The magic restraining the Demon King will be undone. He will return. When that time comes, a noble swordsman named Link will oppose him. But Link will need help. Lend him your power. Your fire. The Goron's mastery of fire.
In that moment, the duty of the Goron people was clear. I'd like nothing more than to smash the Demon King. I swear that when the Demon King returns, the Sage of Fire will awaken again. The Goron Sage and the Goron people will fight alongside your swordsmen. And that's what you need to know about the imprisoning war and of our people's duty. You saved Goron City, but the Demon King is still out there. Yunobo, Little Rock, take up my secret stone and honor the pledge I made to the Sage of Time long ago. Fight alongside the swordsman. Link.
Yeah.
So, it's my duty to help you fight? And he wants me to inherit this? Really? I don't know if I'm nearly as great as my ancestor was. But then, if I don't help out, I'd be letting everyone else down. There's no way I'll let that happen. I can do this!
Yeah, you can, Yunobo. The spiritual world. Ooh.
I am the Sage of Fire! I've got an awesome new power, Goro! Link, hold out your fist.
Lego. Boom.
You can count on the Sage of Fire. I'll fight by your side till the very end. And take this. It's proof I stand with you. With that ring, you'll be able to call on my power anytime, Goro. I promise, I'll be strong enough to fight beside you, no matter what happens. Okay, let's head back.
Awesome. Oh. There it goes. Just say no to marbled rock roast. There's the old guys. And the other old guy. Oh, poor guy.
Yep. Ooh.
How of Yunobo, Sage of Fire. The crystal rock roast is gone. Love it. Love it. I remembered something about that other Zelda. When we were mining marbled rock roast on the north side of Death Mountain, she said something kind of funny. She told me not to go near the lizard lakes, but she didn't say why. Bit surprised to hear the words lizard lakes coming out of your craw. Don't much hear about them lakes these days. I don't know. I don't know how to make a voice like that. I'd imagine his would be like really, really deep and gravelly. Like, I don't know. I like this little rhyme though. One brother hunts what the other brother hides. Two lizards fighting for what's inside. I searched high and low for them back in my younger years. Always thought treasure must be there somewhere. Then on my hunt, Death Mountain blew its top. It was covered in lava before you could say boom. How old is Bluto? No, that's the thing. So the way the mountain has cooled now is the way it was supposed to have been. Other than a little bit here and there. I mean, in Daruk's time, there were a couple of little rivulets, little streams of lava coming out of the crater. But otherwise, the rest of the mountain was cool. It wasn't until after the calamity, when Barudania was taken over, that it started getting active. Then he disappeared for a bit, and then he came back, and then the volcano was extremely active. Here's the boys I was talking about. I'm thinking about the place we were born, Trey. Remember how the full moon shone on the ground there? How could I forget? It was quite a sight. Going back there is a great idea. But what with the lava flows, the area has gotten confusing to navigate. So, the lava flows happened after they were born. So just like Bluto, back when they were a kid, the lava wasn't flowing around on the mountain. I don't remember where it is. I'll follow you on this one, Volcon. Uh-oh. I was counting on you to remember how to get there, buddy. Eavesdropping, were ya? Gorons are born of the land, you see. Volcon and I were born from the same place, so you could say we're rock brothers. We were born in a cave, but the full moon shone so brightly, lighting up the darkness of the cave. It was a mystical thing to see. I remember thinking it was weird that it was the middle of the day and not night. I was just a baby, but I still remember it. So, there you go. The Gorons are born from the land. Night, Gerudo King. Lake Verona. I mean, these guys are made of rock. I don't know. Maybe they've got like silicone-based brains, like a computer chip. They can just remember everything. Well, not everything. They did seem to forget exactly where the location was. But they remember a lot of the details about the place. So yeah, maybe they've got a photographic memory. Chips and dip. I had some of that during the break. I had some chips and some dip. And I had my coffee. I just missed it. There we go. Nearly eidetic, yeah. Same. I remember lots and lots of visual information. I can remember specific scenes and colors and symbols. I can also remember a little bit of certain feelings and basically like snapshots from when I was really, really young, like 2, 3, 4. Really, really well from 3 and 4, though. I think a lot in maps. See lots and lots. Like, if I'm planning to go somewhere, or I've gone somewhere and traveled somewhere before, I can easily make, like, the spatial estimation, how far things are from each other. But it's really hard to explain to other people. Like, trying to give them directions, I'm like, but if I just go with it, and I just go with what I'm visualizing in my head, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. Can't believe it's gonna take these guys a decade to get ready. Another 15 years. Daruk's Pertingle is ready to Pringle? Oh. Ah. Well, now 10 o'clock. So, might call it here. We got through, up, and into, and through the Fire Temple. And did at least one side quest. So, I guess on the agenda for next time, we'll be making our way to, let's see, go to Lanayru, go this way. I also want to hit up some more shrines. I want to hit up the next couple of memories. Guess the next one would be the Molduga one. Actually, let's hit up the Molduga one right now. We will go shortly after that. Keeps playing till midnight. Oops. Swinrova. Do I have... Yeah, I've got this part. All right, here we go. The man, the myth, the legend.
Hyrule will bow down before me.
So many of them. But why would they?
According to the Chamberlain, the shrines were made when she was just a baby. Yes, I know, Spears, I know. And I agree. The power.
That blast wiped out all the Molduga. How is that possible?
So brute force will not be enough. The secret stone of the Zonai.
Was that them?
How
I think
interesting.
you might be onto it. I think you might be on the money there, Oaf. Because, curiously, it was specifically 2 voices. So who else would it have been? Obviously there are other Gerudo there, but who else would have, like, exclaimed or cried out like that? They were literally right behind him. I guess the next 2 memories are A Show of Fealty and Sonia and Zelda. I know A Show of Fealty is somewhere over here on the rock face of the Gerudo Highlands. And Sonia one is over here on the Illumini Plateau. We'll get those another time. So, yes, that is where I will end it today. Thank you so much for joining in and for chatting and for being so awesome as always. I'm LoruleanHistorian, and I hope you have an amazing night, an amazing day, and have a great and safe weekend. Take care.